Hi there, Chad Brown with Homewaters Real Estate, out here in the woods of Crawford County doing another Homewaters 360. We're on a piece of almost 50 acres today that we're evaluating for a client, and I thought it was a great example of a real prime property in northern Michigan and a good opportunity to talk a little bit about vacant land and pricing. You're probably looking online and see anything from $1,000 an acre on up. Most of north central northwestern Michigan would cap out around 1,800 an acre or so right now, but you know, one 40 acre piece will be listed at 40,000. You'll see the next one at 80,000. And why is that? So I thought we'd talk about a couple points on evaluation of vacant land up here in general in most buyers' minds. So number one would be access. Not only access to amenities like a town or something like that, but access to the property itself. This piece of land is real close to the town of Lovells, Michigan, which does have a couple of spots to get a bite to eat. Has a little store where you can get everything you need, a gas station where you can fuel up, a good fly shop at Fuller's North Branch Outing Club, so that's important. North Branch of the Au Sable is basically right across the road. We're on Twin Bridge Road here, so you've got access to other things to do. We're also right close to a great snowmobile and ATV trail system here, so terrific recreational opportunity once you get off the property. I mean, you can ride to Mackinac Bridge from here on the trails, or even get over to Traverse City through the trail system if you wanted to make a ride. So just kind of in the heart of everything you might want to do in northern Michigan, and that adds to the value of the property. If you're way off the beaten path with no electricity, no real access to a store, down miles of gravel, that's really going to impact the value of the property. Another consideration is a forest type. You can definitely find pieces of property, especially in Crawford County, where it's mostly that kind of jack pine, scrub oak that Crawford County is kind of known for, really, with the sandy soils here, and a lot of stuff just doesn't grow very well. So that type of property you can get for very low dollar. This is kind of the other end of the spectrum. I mean, you've got a low pine tier down at the base of the property when you first come in, which is level, big mature pines, but kind of that sandy pine plains that you see a lot up here. And then you climb up this ridge here, and there's a nice trail road that drives up here, but we're probably looking at 75 or 80 feet of elevation down to that lower tier, and here we are on the top end, and it's just a big, beautiful stand of hardwoods. And you know, stuff like this is just what most people picture when they picture northern Michigan. This is almost entirely oaks throughout this property, but there are some maples, some ash. I noticed some beech throughout the property. And the great thing about this property, it's been managed well. And what I mean by that is there's some great big old growth oaks up in here that are probably ready to be timbered. But there's a lot of young growth trees in here too. They've done a good job of opening up that canopy and taking those bigger trees so that this younger next generation of trees can come up. And if you're wise with what you do from a forestry standpoint on a property like this, it'll not only be a great home to wildlife for generations, but you can really generate some income off a property like this over time. If you were to do a select cutting every 5 years or 10 years and pull out that real big kind of veneer type hardwood off this property, it opens up the forest floor a little bit so the next generation can come up, and there's a lot of money in that timber. So if you do it right, you'll hardly know that you even did the cutting on the property, and it'll be better for wildlife, and it'll help you pay the taxes, or probably over the life of this property pay for the property itself. So that's one of the reasons we're probably priced this property at kind of the high end of the market, because of that timber value that's here, and again, the fact that it's been managed so well over time, that you've got a lot of undergrowth, which is great browse for the wildlife, and you've got these big old growth trees in here that are pretty close to ready for another cut. So you can get that income off the property. The other thing about it is it's just beautiful. I mean, in the end, that's really what it is. People come on a property, and if it's low and dark and kind of wet, and it's just hard to kind of fall in love with it, where you come on this piece and it's just these gorgeous vistas looking out over the trees. I can't wait to see this in the fall. Hopefully we won't have it still for sale, but somebody else will be able to enjoy that view. But this is just what I think of in northern Michigan. I grew up, my family had a hunting camp over in Alcona County, and these big rolling hardwood ridges, and just this is what I always thought of with northern Michigan, is properties like this. And so it's always fun to walk a piece of property that's just gorgeous. So hopefully that's a little bit helpful to you. If you have any questions, obviously give me a call or one of our other agents. We've got agents spread from Midland to Muskegon to Mackinac, and all of them are kind of outdoors minded folks, love getting out in the woods, evaluating properties like this, and can definitely be of help, not just when it's time to buy or sell, but just in general. If you have a question on, who do you talk to in terms of a forest, or maybe cutting your land, or any of those types of questions, reach out to one of the Homewaters agents. They'll help you, and they do it no charge. So thanks again for spending a few minutes. You can reach us at www.homewaters.net. My email address is chad@homewaters.net, and I'd love to help you out if you have a real estate need anywhere in northern, central, or western Michigan. So enjoy the day. Thank you.